If you make good money, but you're wondering where the heck it's all going, then listen up. I've got some tips for you to be able to help you feel free, even though you may not feel that way. All right, so let's talk about this. Like, why do you make high income, but you can still feel broke? Now, to many people, especially most Americans, they would think that's absolutely ludicrous. They think you're just a little baby whining about your, first world problems and all that kind of stuff, right? But the truth is, it's a real problem. And I've seen it hundreds and hundreds of times with a lot of our clients. And this is something that you've got to make sure to address right now, because what will happen is that you can keep making high income and you can make it for a long time. And yes, from social media and everything, it looks great. Your life looks awesome. You take those vacations, everything. But when you're gone on that trip, you're not making money. You got to come back and hustle again. And this is something that people don't see that's behind the scenes. This is the thing that you think in the back of your mind that's in the deep recesses, those fears and those things are stuck with you. And you're not alone. Not only have I experienced it myself, but like I've said, hundreds of people have done it as well. And so here's what you need to do. First, here's why it happens. And then second, what do you need to do about it? So first, why is this happening? The one thing that most people don't realize is just because you have high income doesn't mean you have more freedom. I see this constantly. I have a lot of friends that make literally millions and millions of dollars in their businesses. But yet, if that business were stripped away from them right now, if we had another, shutdown like we had in 2020, I won't say the word because I don't want to get banned, right? But if we had another shutdown like in 2020, what's going to happen is that you're going to be just as stressed as everybody else. And what you realize is, especially if you're a business owner, you create almost this own special rat race, because many people get in the rat race and you hear about it all the time. They're living barely paycheck to paycheck. They're not making a whole lot of money at their jobs. They might be whining about making minimum wage, which obviously that's hard to do, to live off of. But for you're not living on minimum wage. You're in the top 10, 20% of Americans out there. But yet, despite all that, there are some situations that's going to be happening to you, because the thing is, money's coming in. And even if you try to put money into savings doesn't mean that you feel more free. It does help, but it's not the thing that really matters. What really matters to you is that you want to make sure that money's coming in, whether you're making money or not. You want to be able to make money and have really your money work harder for you so that you don't have to work so hard for that money. And that's the problem that so many high income entrepreneurs and even employees get stuck into, is that they'll save. And in some cases they don't save, but even those that save still don't feel free, because there's nothing that gives them income outside of their main profession, their main job. For a business owner, it's even worse. Business owners create a special rat race, because these business owners, they feel like they could be free. And there's often this feeling that, oh, it's okay. I've just built up my business to be worth millions of dollars, and then I'll exit out of it. I'll sell it off, and then I'll be free at that point. The reality, though, is much, much harsher. Most business owners can't sell their businesses for anything. And secondly, the one problem is still this. When you don't have that business anymore, you sell off for money, you still don't know what to do with that money. You still don't know how to create income with it. And so what usually happens is that you end up going and starting another business, and you get stuck in your own high-level rat race, one that most people just never understand. And that's what truly happens. And so here's how you can get out of it. This is something that was worked for me as well. I'm at the point where I'm work optional, as we call it, where I work in my business because I want to, not because I have to, because I have another passive income streams coming in to make use of that. But it's also true that there's other things you got to do first before you even worry about passive income. First and foremost, most business owners don't track their money. This is the number one thing you got to start doing right now. Track your money in business through QuickBooks or Xero or whatever you got to use to be able to do that. Trust me, your accountant will thank you. Start tracking your money. Now, don't just start looking at where to cut costs. I mean, that's part of the equation, but I don't want you to cut out that latte, living on rice and beans like some people teach out there. That's not going to help you at all. What you want to do is be able to track what's coming in and what's going out. Ultimately, what you need as a business owner is profit. Profit is vital, absolutely vital to your business health. One, to help you make sure you stay in business even during rough times. But two, this is also the money that's going to buy your time back. It's going to buy your freedom. And so focus on tracking that money. By the way, bonus tip here, track your money at home as well. I see a lot of business owners, they can even be profitable in their business and they pay themselves a decent income going home. But after it gets home, poof, it's gone, right? It's spent, it's blown. Whether it's by you, spouse, family, kids, all the life going on, right? And by the way, I get it. I've got 8 kids of my own. They're not cheap, right? I get this. It's not easy to raise a family, especially if you're a family person. And so what you want to make sure you're doing is also tracking the money at home. I like to use things like either Rocket Money. This could be Monarch Money. QuickBooks is kind of sucky for using at home, but things like that. I don't care. Whatever you do, it could be a spreadsheet. It could be a little old, ruled line notebook pad. I don't, it doesn't matter, right? As long as you're doing it, tracking the money coming in, the money going out. You've probably learned this in business. It's the law of attention. Whatever you pay attention to expands and grows. But the inverse is also true. Whatever you ignore leaves you. So for example, I've noticed this is that, when I start paying attention to my numbers, like in business, right? If I start paying attention to, number of calls for our salespeople, number of sales and things like that, naturally the results happen. But on the flip side, if I start to ignore certain aspects of my business, it doesn't work. And this is true in other parts of life. For example, if you ignore your spouse, you're not going to be married anymore. You ignore your kids, they're not going to be around much longer. You ignore your health, it won't be around much longer. You ignore your teeth, they won't be around much longer, right? Whatever you ignore will leave you, but whatever you pay attention towards will expand and grow. This is why merely tracking your money makes a difference. I'll give you an example. I had one woman that she was a pretty successful graphic designer. And she was just saying, Chris, like, I'm just too busy. I don't have enough time to track my money. And she was very ADHD, like a lot of our business owners are, right? And so she was just like, I'm too busy doing everything. And it took me about a month or two. I said, listen, you've got to start doing it. Just start here. And so she finally said, fine, I'll do it. So she started to track her money, line item by line item, right? To figure out where she's spending, what she's spending and where. And here's what we found, guys, like even just at her home life, because she wasn't sure why, because she was just in hustle mode all the time. She couldn't turn off. And so we went and we looked, we're like, oh, her husband loves the fact that he was like to watch sports, but he was paying $300 a month for freaking Comcast to be able to watch sports. I said, man, there's streaming services out there. You can watch this for way cheaper than that. And so we got him off that, saved him a few $100 a month there. We did some things saying, hey, listen, you've been eating out a lot, doing this and that. It's probably because you guys aren't planning. Start to plan your meals a little bit, and start shopping, bring that, cook more at home. We can do some more things there. So they're still eating well, but able to do that. And I'll tell you, just for the mere fact when they start to look at their money, naturally, they started to be more responsible. And they couldn't even explain it. They said, Chris, like, even though we're not just cutting out everything, and by the way, by the time we cut out stuff that just wasn't necessary, we didn't restrict their lifestyle at all. We just cut out the things that they didn't know they were losing money to. We freed up $1,800 a month. That's over $20,000 a year. And then from that point forward, as they started to keep watching their money, naturally they started to see more money stick around. And so where they went from a place of having no savings, right? They were just always in hustle mode, always just trying to work to keep paying the bills. Now all of a sudden they had a surplus. It wasn't just profit in the business. Now it was profit at home. And that's where they started to buy more freedom. They started to breathe easier and relax a little bit. Pretty soon, when they went on vacations, they weren't stressing out saying, hey, we only got this much money, we got to put on a credit card, and then I got to come back and hustle to pay that off. That wasn't the case with them anymore. Now they were getting their freedom back. She was starting to relax a little more. And by the way, when you're a business owner and you start to mentally and emotionally relax, a few things happen. One, you make better business decisions, right? You start to make smarter decisions, not out of scarcity, not out of urgency, but out of real abundance and clarity. That's one big thing right there. And then two, what I've noticed is that your sales conversions actually go up. I've noticed this so many times that business owners, when they start to relax about their money, they don't feel like they're in hustle mode all the time. They start to relax when they're in a sales or a marketing type of conversation. Well, people are naturally attracted to that. People are naturally attracted to people that have abundance mindset. They're not desperate. We all know that desperate energy, right? When people are tossing their business cards out like left and right at networking events, and it's like cutting your hand up. You're like, dang, dude, like that's horrible. They're like, call me. I'm like, I don't even know you. Why would I call you? And they're just like desperate for any kind of business. And so they keep handing out. That desperation leads to harder hustle with less results. But when you start to say, I don't need this one customer. I don't need this one client. I can relax a little bit. What happens is that you naturally show up abundantly and powerfully. And you say, listen, I don't need this business, but I know I can help them. And as a result, you make more money because people say yes more often. I saw this happen with one client. He was a chiropractor out of Michigan. And we ended up freeing up between like tax savings and helping him free up on things like paying off debt or refinancing debt to then, help lower the payments. We freed up for him about $50,000 a year, over $4,000 a month. Well, what that did is it got him to relax. And by the way, actually, after the tax savings, about $70,000 a year, because we freed about $20,000 a year in taxes too. So between all that, that's almost $6,000 a month for him. He started to relax. And then naturally, his patient conversions went up. He didn't have more people coming in his door, but when they came in his door, they said yes. That's the power. That's why you need cash flow now. So that's why track your money is so essential. You've got to do that as a high income business owner. And then two is you've got to capture those profits and sit on them. I know this is hard, especially for those of you in business. This is a little bit easier if you're an employee. You might be willing to save money, but you got to be willing to sit on that cash and not do anything. It's okay to not to invest every single dollar. In fact, if you do that in your business, you will always be stuck in this rat race. So be careful. You got to start taking that profit and sit on cash, both in your business and at home. I recommend you have at least 2 months of operating expenses in your business. And for those at home, at minimum 6 to 12 months. For those of you that are entrepreneurs, definitely I would say 12 months at home for those expenses that you get to cover. So if you say you spend $20,000 a month at home, you better have at least $240,000, about $250,000 sitting at home. For those of you that have jobs, but you're high income earners, just so you know, layoffs have been happening more often because of AI. As a result, you don't want just the 3 to 6 months that everybody else recommends. That's not enough. I've witnessed people that have been in like the tech industry or the banking industry. We've had clients that get laid off, take them at least a year to get rehired. This is why you would also want at least 12 months. So for high income earners, I believe there's a different standard. You need to have at least 12 months reserves. Okay, now the final big tip. And I'm not going to go in depth on this particular one as much as I do because I have other videos on this topic. But as you start to build up that cash, then you get that money out to create multiple streams of passive income. This is something that almost no business owner does, except for the really, really smart ones, is that they know that their business cannot be their only investment. This does not mean gambling in the stock market or throwing it to mutual funds or things like that, or locking away in 401ks where you can't get to it when you need it. No, this means like, how can I take this money and now start to build it up into the multiple six figures, start to take this money and turn around to generate additional streams of income coming in. So now I not just have a good savings plan, but now I've got multiple streams of income where eventually I become what I refer to as work optional, where you work because you want to, not because you have to. And that is an essential place you need to get to, is start to develop that passive income. I'll tell you, like from an example of one of my clients, he worked in Hollywood. He was a set designer and he did some things there. But when Hollywood shut down in 2020, those 6 months he was shut down, he couldn't find work. Also 2023 writer's strike, couldn't find work. But we know what was awesome? He had money coming in regardless. Now, he wasn't quite at the point where he was paying for all of his expenses, but was paying 80% of them. So his savings just had to kick in a little bit. He had more than enough savings and he had these income streams coming in. He was able to be kind of picky about what came, because 2020 especially, his friends and colleagues, they were going in desperate trying to find any work possible, even if it was a crappy project working bad hours. He didn't. Louis said, no, absolutely not. I'm going to actually wait for the right project, for the right one to come up, and then I'll do that. That's the power of having that kind of financial freedom. And like I said, that's when you start to know you're really bought that time freedom back, not just from your business, but now in your life. Okay, if you want to kind of know, like, what's the next step? Like, what can I do to figure out, like, where am I leaking cash flow? What can I do to get myself that time freedom again? There's actually a quiz here. Look in the links below. That quiz is just a quick little 2-minute quiz to help you figure out where are my cash flow leaks and how much could I be losing or how much could I be gaining in passive income? Go check that out right now.